And I'm happy to be back in university campus. An university campus which is in a way similar to the campus that I was teaching back in Bangladesh, Chittagong University. Away from the city, community by itself, mostly, villages. But our context was different. It was not as magnificent campus, of course, like this. Very few campuses can be as magnificent as this. But it was nice, small campus. But the context in which I was teaching there when I went back in 1971 was of dire poverty. In 1974, terrible famine, people dying of hunger. So, when my students decided to go into the village next door and learn about the life as people lived there. So that was the beginning of my new learning process, because I felt that whatever I learned in university campuses, in the classrooms, gave me the bird's eye view, seeing things from the very high and see a lot. I went to the village with my students, started looking at people individually. I started gathering another kind of eyesight. This is a worm's eye view. Like a little worm, I see a little bit, but I see very clearly. So that village became my university. And people in the village were literally my professors. They taught me a lot of things which I never learned in my classrooms. And when problems occurred in that village, I tried to address it in a way any common sense would tell you. One such problem was the problem of money lending, loan sharks. So I went around with my students to make a list of people who borrowed from the loan sharks. And that list contained 42 names, and total money they borrowed was $27. Again, I used my own response to it, not a textbook response or anything. I was thrilled parents can now send their children to school. And we achieved that, 100%. Children went to school. Then we noticed something. Some of these children not only went to school, they are the top performers in the class. It's an amazing thing to see, coming from, for the first time in history, a kid, a little girl, a little boy coming to school and be at the top of the class in performance. So we are so thrilled, we wanted to celebrate that, recognize that. So we introduced all these kids are recognized and have a little ceremony in the village and give a scholarship every month. They get a small amount of money from the bank as a scholarship money. Today we have over 30,000 students on that scholarship program. And as a result, they are encouraged to go into higher education. So many students are now coming to the higher education. So we introduced education loans. All students, 100% students who are in higher education, entire financing is done by Grameen Bank. And right now we have over 18,000 students in medical schools, engineering schools, universities. Some of them completed their PhDs. Some of them already in the teachers in colleges, universities. Doctors are practicing. You wonder, how come coming from the poorest families, coming for the first time going to the school, and they could be as good a student as anybody else in the world?